welcome to another Blocksee tutorial session. Today we're going to be going through a full overview of the Blocksee dashboard so that marketers and creators can better understand how to launch NFT projects as they start to aggregate audiences in Web3. So logging in, you'll start to land on the overview page. Here you can create new projects where you can really easily just type in a project name, add a smart contract address, and the chain that you'd like to deploy to. But for this demo, we're going to be using a project that we've already initiated. So we'll just hop back to our overview page and we'll go into this collection here, which we can see has the smart contract of Multi-Beast by the Haas brothers. It's an art collection on OpenSea. And so we can see here just at a glance, the total wallets that are within that collection. As we jump into it, you'll see that we move over to the insights page. And here we're going to be able to load all the transaction data that's happening on chain and then organize that into an e-commerce funnel. And so we'll see that this inactive holders list shows everyone that no longer holds an active NFT from this collection. And in fact, also people who had bid on these assets as well. And so this is sort of an awareness kind of reactivation list that you can use. And then if we hop over to the holder list, we can see now there's a populated list of everyone who's actively holding this NFT asset or a digital collectible. And we can even toggle this by who has the most, who has the least. We can see things like the total activity on chain, so how many NFTs this person is engaging with in general. It gives us a sense of how adept they are at engaging with Web3 projects. And then also the balance too. So if we want to be able to target people based on a certain floor price or a certain amount of currency that they have in their wallet so that they can purchase a good or service, we can certainly do that as well. And then we can even toggle these other columns too to either go after people with the most ETH, maybe your whales, or maybe people that don't have as much funds in their wallet, for maybe people that are newer to the ecosystem and might be more inclined to make their initial purchase with you. We also have these amazing filters that are out now, so you can also do this for reward programs. So let's say people that have more than a certain amount of token in your project, these would be great for reward redemptions, people that might want to have airdropped utilities like NFT tickets or really unique collectibles or an invite pass to artist talk or some kind of real world activation. And so here, let's say people that have 5 or more. So we'll put a threshold of 4 here. And you'll see that this automatically kicks the list down to 55 holders. So we see only the most engaged holders that fit the criteria that we've placed here. And you can do other things too, like see who has provided an email, different things like that. So you can really cater down to a target audience list in ways that have been traditionally pretty difficult in Web3. And once more is you can actually click into these wallet addresses and Blocksee will automatically generate for everyone in your community a CRM profile against their wallet address. And so we can see the NFT that qualified them for this list. And we can also see the ERC20 tokens that they're engaging with, right? So we can understand the type of purchase behavior as well as the currencies they're using to make those purchases and engagements. You'll notice that there's some off-chain data here. This is not actually enterable on the admin end. These get populated through community opt-in. And so as you engage these community members and build trust with them through call to actions, which will be available through our iframe on client websites, you'll be able to onboard some of this off-chain data and pair it to their wallet address, creating a really comprehensive CRM profile for each user and customer. And we'll show that workflow in just a moment. If we pop back over, this will just take a second to load. We can take then this holder list and then again just toggle the people that have the most or the criteria that we'd like. And we can take that list of 55 holders, add them to a new list. So here we'll call this the 5+ holders crew. And then we'll just go ahead and generate that list on the fly. And so now we've just saved a target audience within our community using Blocksee, completely just Web3 data. So making that process really easy so that you don't have to be relying on multiple third-party tools or Excel imports and exports and things like that. And if you pop over to the audience tab, now you'll see that holders list automatically included here. And now everyone that's there. So we can now select this list and do a couple different things with it. One being an airdrop. And so here you'll see that when you do that, it carries the list over. So we have them all here. and we can send them assets from our wallet that's connected to Blocksee. So this is great if you're receiving assets maybe from like an agency or from a collaborator like the Haas brothers who would be maybe providing an asset. Or we can create something on the fly and market to this list almost like a direct email campaign in Web 2. Only now we can use Web3 channels on blockchain to do something similar. So we can just choose a file. Here we'll grab a Blocksee file here. So now we have this really cool artwork. We can just do the Blocksee NFT test. Select a chain. Polygon is great for saving on gas fees. We also even offer a stealth test integration so that users can actually deploy NFTs to a test Ethereum network prior to going live. So really good if you're trying to test out NFT ticketing or any kind of real world activation where maybe there's a live environment that you want to try out before actually committing to a deployment or an airdrop. But Polygon we can select for this demo. We'll use the Blocksee collection as the smart contract to deploy from. You'll be able to add your own smart contracts as well if you want to be able to do a more custom tailored campaign that you would be able to own that data for. And then we can go ahead and just add in a link. So let's do blocksee.co. We'll grab this link here. We'll try out that here as well. Tell people to come try the best free tool in Web3. And we can make this an edition count. So let's try 100 of these and we can go ahead and save this. And so now this NFT is saved in our Lazy Mint panel. So we can see all the campaigns here along with the chain that they're being deployed to. And once I go ahead and select that NFT, I can do a couple things with it. I can add it to a marketplace, which we can make available on anyone's website just using some HTML snippet code. We can assign this to a list so that we make this asset exclusively available for the members that we've selected. Or we could just mint on the fly and send this directly to everyone. And so that would just pull up my MetaMask or any kind of web browser wallet client so that I can go ahead and execute that delivery. And last but not least, we have our engagement page, which is where you can start to embed those snippets. And so we can see here, some options for button size, the type of phrasing you'd like to have on that button. You can select colors to make sure it's branded to your website environment. And here you can select all the utility that you'd like to incorporate on your website to enable Web3 activities like this, login button so that people can connect via their wallet, as well as a user form to intake some of that off-chain data that we were looking at earlier. Or even do things like enable a chat so that you can have a private tokenized chat that people can engage with directly on your website, so you're not referring people out to third-party platforms like Telegram or Discord, where you lose a lot of that analytics data and most valuably that site traffic. You can also do the same thing for marketplaces, offering almost like a decentralized OpenSea solution, where now anything you're creating on the inventory page, you can take those creative assets and marketing campaigns and list them directly on your website through this marketplace widget. And we're even offering ticket sales, so that you can manage event ticketing and promotion through your website without having to, again, rely on a lot of third-party applications within Web3. So making this really just like an easy workflow that anyone from kind of the Web 2 space can jump in and start using. You'll see here we have some tabs to be able to engage with these chats. So if you want to open this up, it'll bring up a chat client. We see now the community that we created is here and available to join. And you can toggle the availability of this list in the chat within the audience page if you want to add or subtract additional groups for kind of a permissioned chat. And then last but not least, we have ticketing, where you can go ahead and create events and then distribute NFT tickets to them, where we actually overlay QR codes. I'll do another tutorial on that, but this just shows you kind of the frame that we're installing on a website. And so if we pop over to our site, we have a demo of this mocked up where anyone can come and engage. I'll include this link in our description below. But here you can see the Connect Wallet button that's powered by Blocksee. Super easy, embedded on a software site that we use for our primary sales website. And here you can see that it will bring up my wallet client. And as soon as I sign that, I can now use this user form to opt in personal data that will carry over to those off-chain data fields that we saw in the CRM under those user profiles. So a really nice way to intake some of this data from your community. And then here you can also go into chat. You can see now the test groups, including ones like a general chat that I'll default to, so that way I can say things like hello world and engage with my Blocksee community. And I can also go to Marketplace, where now we can see the lazy minted NFTs from Blocksee available to claim here on the site. And if you wanted to just have this marketplace available without having any of the kind of user login or anything like that, you can make it super seamless, where these are just claimable on a landing page, so perfect for routing traffic from a social media campaign or things like that. And all you would do is just select the box that you want. So you can kind of bypass all of this, just take what you need, place it on your site, and have people easily come check out and claim your NFTs. So that is just a preview of what you can do with Blocksee. I hope that this has been helpful, and maybe will save some of you marketers, creators, and artists out there a little bit of time as you try and figure out your tech stack for Web3. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be providing more tutorials soon. Be sure to sign up for a free account on Blocksee if you haven't already at our site blocksee.co. Thanks, and see you guys next time.